All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash. Double unto the elder apostles and bishops of the great Muslim that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations unto the for elect tabernacle of David, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, what you see in this video is a spiritual thing that happened. Now, these are the Akim out there in the GMS New Jersey camp. They happen to be up there teaching. And out of nowhere, some woman, some so-called black woman, she was being chased by someone that seemed like he had a spirit of vengeance on him or something. And, she tried to run behind these brothers while they're, out there teaching, and I thought that was spiritual, brothers that watched it, this is like a sign of things to come, because right now, for the most part, a lot of these women, men are turning their faces from them. They're no longer interested in marrying these women, talking about the so-called black woman. They're not interested in marrying her, let alone providing for her and protecting her. We've witnessed, for the last 5 decades or so, the attitude and behavior switch up, right? As, she was liberated, given all these rights, extra rights. And now she feels like, she's above you, She feels like she can run over you. We have that new dynamic in the earth, where the scriptures say a woman shall compass a man. So for a long time, a lot of these women have been feeling, independent, strong, powerful, or empowered, so to speak. But in these last days, after these women had made their bed, which the prophet's been saying, going to the scriptures, rise up your women that are at ease, because you women have been at ease. Society made it very comfortable for you to act real stubborn, to wax proud, to behave very shamelessly. So, the spirit of lawlessness is finna increase. The love of many is waxing cold, and because of what you women have resorted to, is why men are now, they're turning their face from you. So now you're being left open to any kind of evil. All right. And, you did that to yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play some of this clip so y'all can see it. And then we're going to go into the scriptures. All right. Because, this is a sign of things to come. All right. For a lot of you women out there, a lot of these women, they're on their own. They on their own, man. And this is what they're susceptible to now. When all you could really do is humble yourself and come up under a man and do what you're supposed to do. But on this side, women have been programmed to think that that's oppressive. That's, no, you're not going to control me. When you don't realize coming up under a man and his guidance and his protection, that's actually to help you. But you don't want that. You want to mob around freely. All right. So this is what you're going to get in result. You're not going to get any protection. So let's play this real quick.
It's just being in the midst of the conversation with brothers, it's like, hey, it's like, the people it's like. Don't be messy. Death angel. The word was getting heavy. Yeah, that's a death angel. Yeah. Don't let them about to put us in the middle of that shit. Put us in the middle of that shit.
So she thought she was gonna be safe or something, trying to run behind these brothers, right? Somebody clearly that won her head was after her as she tried to run behind these brothers. And her brother's like, nah, we're not finna hold you down. Don't run behind us and put us in the middle of whatever you got going on. You know? So in that moment, you know, she realized she ain't finna receive no help. She tried to run behind her brother seeking refuge, and she didn't get it. There was none for her, man. And that's how a lot of these women out here, this is how they're going to be in the time of Jacob's trouble. They're going to be trying to seek, you know, some type of refuge or some type of protection. And it ain't going to be out there for the majority of them. Because they did, you know, too much wickedness. All right. Now that woman, we don't know what she was involved with, but we know the scriptures say this. Let's get was it Sirach 7? Yeah, Sirach 7:1, it says, do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee. So you think like, okay, what did this woman do? She's clearly not innocent, because you don't get nobody in that kind of rage after you if you didn't do something to them. All right. So clearly she got herself in something that she couldn't get out of, and she thought she was going to try to run behind them brothers, you know, for protection. And the brothers didn't let that slide, man. You know? So this is what we're going to see in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. When that time comes for these women to be troubled, the Lord is not going to protect them. They're not going to receive no help, because a lot of them didn't burn that bridge. Now, some of the elect women, all right, they're going to, you know, come up under that hedge, because they're going to be up under their husbands. Okay. As long as she's doing what she's supposed to do, continuing in faith, in charity, in all sobriety, she's gonna be protected. But most of these women out here, they're not gonna have that. They're just gonna be out in the open. And it reminds me of the spirit that the Most High be in when Israel goes off, when Israel goes and plays the whore on the Most High, when they out there committing abomination and wickedness, the things that the Lord detests. The Lord said that he would turn his face from us as a people. And anytime the Lord hid his face from us, that's when the evil came. That's when we were susceptible to, you know, our enemies, you know, getting at us. And I want to show some examples on that. I'm going to go here to Deuteronomy 31. Start like around the 15th verse. I'm going to read it in the not the NLT. I'm going to go to the Amplified Bible. Yeah, this is Deuteronomy 31:15 in the Amplified. It says, then the Lord appeared in the tent in a pillar of cloud, and the pillar of a cloud stood beside the doorway of the tent. The Lord said to Moses, behold, you are about to lie down in death with your fathers, and this people will arise and play the prostitute, commit apostasy, which, you know, our nation is heavily involved in that spirit of apostasy. You know, constantly rebelling against the Most High, turning away to these different idols and different philosophies. They're not trying to hear the prophets of the Lord. They're misusing and mocking the prophets. So when our people do these things, just know the Lord's he's gonna turn away. All right, I'm not gonna help you anymore. I'm gonna leave you to your own devices. Like these women, you strong and independent because you let the serpent build you up, plant all that poison in your mind. All right, well, bet. Now go out there thinking that you strong and you independent and you equal with your men. And you look down and you know, you don't have any respect for your own men who's supposed to be your head and your protector. Well, the same thing applies. The Lord, the spirit that was on the Most High to turn away from Israel, that spirit is on the men. Because the men are supposed to be your head. They're your Lord. And when you disobey your head, this is what you get in turn. It says, with the foreign gods of the people of the land, where they go to be among them, they will abandon, turn away from me, and break my covenant which I made with them. You know, that contract. You know, we married unto the Lord. We're joined to Him through the law. That's what the word lawyer, which was, you know, the lawyers, they enforced the law. It means joined unto me, because they were the ones who, you know, they dealt with the law. When you go against the grain, you pretty much are turning away from that contract that the Lord made, because you want to go out there and do your own thing. You want to be free. People act like there's no profit in serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, as if He didn't have us blessed, dwelling in our land in prosperity when He was dealing with us. It says, then my anger will be kindled and burn against them in that day, and I will abandon, turn away from them, and hide my face from them. They will be devoured, and many evils and troubles will come on them. And that's why I thought about this scripture, because it tells us in Isaiah, the 32nd chapter, that many days and years show you, you careless women, you're going to be troubled. You know, for a period of time, many of you are going to be troubled, man. That's why He said to, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon you. Get ready to mourn, because these days you're going to be facing, man. And you ain't going to have no one to protect you from it, because you didn't turn your way, you know, from your men. You turn your face from your men to go seek after your lovers, mainly Esau. It says, so that they will say in that day, it is not because our power that is not among us that these evils have come upon us, but I will certainly hide my face from them in that day because of all the evil which they do, or which they will do. For they will turn to other gods to worship lifeless idols, to honor handmade relics. All right. So as a nation, you know, Jake playing the whore, worshiping these other gods, which they still do to this day. This is why the Lord allows for Esau to shoot him down. This is the reason why they, you know, they're getting jacked up. You know, wherever they may be, they're getting jacked up. So they're forsaken. The only ones that's not going to be forsaken in this time is the Lord's elect, which are going to be loyal to the Most High. They have not bowed their knee to the image of Baal. All right. You have that remnant that's going to no longer stay upon him that smote them. You know, we're not going to stay in that abusive relationship with the enemy and continue to depend upon him. But now we're turning to the Most High, and now we're cleaving to Him. We're turning with you know, with humility, of course. And you women out there, you need to be seeking your men with all as humble as you can be. All right, so your knees are damn near black, man. Because men, the spirit that's on the men right now, they're not forgetting any of the things, man, that you put them through. Now, I'm not going to disregard some of the women that, try to hold certain men down, and the man was, a wicked nigga. There's, certain cases like that out there. But for the most part, man, a lot of these women, they're wicked. And the scriptures tell you, women are wicked. So you're going to have certain things that's going to happen. And she's not innocent. A lot of these women are, they're not loyal, of course, show a lot of infidelity. A lot of these men are in relationships and they moving these women in and they out there working. And she bringing niggas through the crib. And I don't know how many times I got to see that on the internet. Like, these women are ungrateful. And it's like, a man, he loves you, so he's trying his best to take care of you and provide and protect and do all these things, only for you to throw it all away behind your everlasting self-seeking pleasure. So right now, this is why the marriage rate is where it's at. This is why there's a lot of single mothers, because you was given too much liberty. So men are turning their faces. This is why they're not dealing with you. They're turning to, the women of the other tribes, or they turn into the heathen woman. They turn into the Asian woman or the Edomite woman. And not the ones here in America. They're going overseas for the traditional ones. Because the women on this side in the West, they're proving that they're not worthy. Making all these ridiculous demands and requirements. And your value is below the below the gutter, man. Your value is right in a damn canal, a damn sewer. So anyway, let's go from there. Let me get this script. Job 34 and I think it's what, 29? Yeah, this is Job 34. And I'm going to start at verse 28. It says, so that they cause the cry of the poor. Let me start at 27. It says, because they turn aside from following him and would not consider or show regard for any of his ways, so that they caused the cry of the poor to come to him, and he heard the cry of the afflicted. When he keeps quiet, who then can condemn? When he hides his face, withdrawing his favor and help, who then can behold him and make supplication to him? When the Lord turns his face from you, there's no amount of crying, begging, fasting, none of that. There's nothing that you can do. All right? If the Lord hides his face, that's it. The Lord will leave you to your devices, man. He'll let your enemies come get you. And that's what happened to the nation of Israel several times. That's how the Assyrians got to us. That's how the Babylonians got to us. That's how our enemies was constantly getting to us, man. The Philistines at times, Moab. He said, whether it be a nation or a man by himself. So the Lord can turn his face to a whole nation, or he could turn his face away from an individual. Because normally we turn to our Heavenly Father for refuge. Psalms 91. Psalms 91:1, it says, he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will remain secure and rest in the shadow of the Almighty, whose power no enemy can withstand. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power in whom I trust, and with great confidence on whom I rely. For he will save you from the trap of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you and completely protect you with his pinions, and under his wings will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a wall. And that's only to those who are faithful to him, which the elect in their time of trouble, they're going to automatically call upon the name of the Father and his only begotten Son. They're not going to call upon an enemy for help like our women do. They'll call Esau in a heartbeat. You know, they'll run to him. They feel protected under his system. So that's why these women are not, they're not going to get refuge from their men. Plus these men, you know, they're not covered any damn way. I'm talking about the 2/3 of our nation. All right, these niggas in the world, these niggas that have made it, the niggas that's out there, you know, getting to the bag or whatever, you know, that's the type of men that these women seek now. But even they're not going to be able to protect you because they're going to die as well in the time of tribulation. The only ones that's going to have that type of factor are the true men of the Lord, because it says that they're going to be as a hiding place. Isaiah 32 and 1, it says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in the judgment, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. All right. So that man is going to be seen as a refuge from all the you know, evils, you know, all the destruction that's going to be taking place. This is in the NLT. It says each one will be like a shelter from the wind and a refuge from the storm, like streams of water in the desert and a shadow of a great rock in a parched land. Let me get the Amplified. It says each one of them will be like a hiding place from the wind and a shelter from the storm, like streams of water in a dry land, like the shade of a huge rock in a parched and weary land to those who turned to them. So you're going to have women in that day. They're going to be turning to the men of the Lord, because we're going to be under that divine hedge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So they're going to be seeking to that as well. Women are going to have to be on their best behavior, and they better not be fake. Brothers will have the discernment to know, and you will get turned down just like this woman here. No, don't come around me. Don't come around us. You know, don't put us in nothing. You on your own. You got to face and eat whatever it is that you got coming to you. That's how it's going to be for a lot of these women out here. All right. And it tells us in Micah 7 and 10, and she as my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, who said, where's the Lord thy power? Where's this, you know, where's the power of his coming? Now shall I behold her, now shall she be trodden down like the mire in the streets. And she ain't gonna have nobody to protect her. You should have, you so-called black women out there, man. You turned yourself into a straight up mortal enemy, following after this devil, man. Constantly being loyal and in league with the damn serpent. And look what it got you. He's getting ready to, he's gonna abandon you. And the scriptures talk about how your lovers will forsake you. All right. So jumping down, because this was verse 2. Now this is 9. It says, rise up, you women who are carefree. In this society they are. You know, because you still, right now, you could still, you know, make decent money. You can still, you know, buy your food. You can still live comfortably. So you're carefree. You got all these simps. But that's going to dry up very soon. Especially with the way the economy is going. The way things are going in the earth and the world, you finna lose that comfort. Jacob's trouble is literally down the street. It says, and hear my voice. You're supposed to be hearing what the prophets are trying to tell you. They've been trying to warn you for years. You confident and unsuspecting daughters, listen to what I say. In a little more than a year, you will tremble with anxiety. And unsuspecting and complacent women, for the vintage has ended and the harvest will not come. You know, yeah, what you're used to in abundance is not going to be there for you. So you're not going to have your little comfort that you're used to. All right. Esau going to make it hard. The only thing that's going to be left is for you to take that mark, which a lot of you women are going to do so. Because you're the weaker vessel. Tremble, you women who are carefree. Tremble with fear, you complacent ones. Strip, undress, and wear sackcloth on your waist and grief. All right, because hey, that time is coming, man. Okay. So let me go from there to Hosea. Hosea 5:15. And this is for the nation of Israel as a whole, right? But watch our women when that day comes. Right now, they might feel like they don't need us. But in due time, watch what's going to happen. Because the nation of Israel is the Lord's woman. See how the nation of Israel was to the Most High. Now, that's all you got to do is see our women in the nation to the Most High. Hosea 5:15, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. I will withdraw my help and my favor from them until they acknowledge that they are off. All right? Till they acknowledge their behavior and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early. This one you're going to try to run back and want to take things serious. Now that evil is seeping into your doors and you're no longer receiving that protection, now you want to come and seek. Now you want that provider. Now you want this. Now you want that. Now you're crying on social media. Now you're on TikTok. Wanting the world to feel bad for you because you're on your own now. But it was empowering and cute, you know, decades ago. You know? So we don't want to hear it now, man. Yeah, but to you sisters that are, you know, that are hanging on and, you know, you fully submitting yourself, continue to do so. Because you'll be held in favor. Because there's going to be women that will make it out of here. But a lot of these women in today's society, they're way too stubborn and way too proud, too haughty. This is why the Lord's going to leave them, you know, to their own devices, man. When we read Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, it talks about how the Lord's going to strip her of her beauty, you know, the ornaments, her jewelry. She was going to be left with an unpleasant smell. She's going to be left with baldness. That's a woman that's literally stripped of everything that makes her proud. You know, her hair is her glory. She has a lot of dignity when it comes to her beauty. When the Lord takes that from her, she's no longer desirable. So she's left humiliated. You know, when the Lord brings you to that low estate, you're going to be desperate. You'll be seeking for anyone to you know, consider you. And that's how these women are going to be in that day. They're going to be begging the men of the Lord. Because they're going to want protection. This is why Isaiah 4:1 is going to take place on this side. They're not going to have any problem taking care of themselves as long as you take away their reproach by marrying them. You know, I need marriage. I need somebody I could be connected to that has that connection to the Heavenly Father. I can't be out here. I can't do it on my own. I'm food out here. And that's what it's going to take for you to acknowledge, reality and come back humble, lowly. Because pride goes before destruction and the haughty look before a fall. Before honor, there's humility. So just like we got to humble ourselves before the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and come up under him and serve him, you women got to do the same. And our women right now, that's not being receptive. They're hardening their necks, so this is why men are turning away. All right, their height is was that Psalms 104 and 29. Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. So that's what's going down. Men are going their own way. Passport bros, whatever you want to call it. They're turning away from the so-called black woman. And now she's getting trodden down in the mire as a mire in the streets with no protection. So, man. And that's pretty much that. Lord willing, Yahweh edified. I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And to the next lesson, Shalom.